sweetie pie. All right. So the spooking again is basically just, you know, does she understand the stop cue? It's a flight response, and when you control the feet, you can control the mind.
Okay, great.
Okay. So that's Miss Grace. I'm gonna hand back the horse to Angie here. Thank you. This was again
Mary.
Mary, right? And this is Jeff, correct? Good. Thank you. You said Mary had a lot of fear issues and been abused quite severely, and was a personal horse of that.
Of the abuser.
Of the abuser,
yes.
yeah, sure. And said she was very head shy at one point in time.
Very head shy and very ear shy.
Right. And it looks like she's pretty
Getting
much
better,
over that.
yeah.
Right?
Unless there's something sudden.
Sudden that makes her do it, okay? With ear shy horses and basically fearful horses, again, it's about a stop cue.
Okay.
All right. Now, what I teach is basically there's 6 levels or 5 levels to my program. There's basic control, lightness, rhythm, line, and then eventually connection. Basic control tells the horse to go forward, stop, turn left and right, back up, and stand still. One of the things we're going to work with Mary here is to teach her to stand still. I mean, she's doing a pretty good job right now, but when pressure's being exerted on her, she gets fearful. That's going to cause her feet to move. And again, control the feet, control the mind. Okay. All right. So one of the things when we're working with head shy horses, we're not going to start just by reaching up and grab and hold their head. All right. I go, hey, Mary, how are you? I'm doing one of these things. All right. So, and again, you can see her eyes getting a little wider. She's getting more expressive with her stuff. Right. This is what I would call the beginning of a yellow zone. Okay. All right. There's green zone, yellow zone, red zone. Green means go, yellow means slow, and red means stop. Okay. All right. So with Mary here, maybe we'll start here on her neck and just get her kind of used to being next to people. And this goes for any other horses that you might have ear shy.
Okay, great.
All right. You're just going to kind of rub them and get them kind of used to you touching them more or less. Stay over here, Mary. All right. If we can, get a hold of the halter, because a lot of times when you get an ear shy horse, you go to put your hand up here, they'll come towards you and try to smack you in the face. Right. So you want to kind of block that if you can with your own hand and control it. And you can start here and go fast, up and over their ears. All right, very quickly. All right, and just go up and over, and you're going to eventually get to the point where you can slow down and slow down and slow down until you can just kind of rub. And they get used to this and get very almost to the point they like it, and then you can just kind of one ear and kind of hold it, and you're going to keep doing this until you can reach your hand up here, hold both ears, and the head lowers. That's what I'm looking for. All right. Now, if any point in time the horse was to move away from you, all right, I'm going to use what I call deletion to stop that behavior. Okay. Okay. Because every behavior that is repeated is learned, whether it's good or bad behavior. All right. So if she was to back up as I stuck my hand on her head, you just pull it back forward and say, "This is where I want you to stay." Okay. All right. Okay. So that's what we're going to do with Mary and any other type of horses.
Okay. Perfect. Wonderful.
Let's move on to the next one here.
Okay.
Hey folks, I'm Ryan Gingerich, the behaviorist. You know, like a lot of you, my tack room is limited in space, but with EquiRex, I've solved that problem.
EquiRex has a wide variety of products that travel well and are easily affordable. Its rugged construction allows for even the most rigorous daily use.
EquiRex, space where you need it. For more information, call my 1-800 number or visit my website for a complete line of EquiRex products.
Stall Skins, the alternative to rubber mats. Celebrating 10 years of providing stall flooring solutions for the equine community. Contact us to find out why thousands of horse owners have switched to the simple one-piece water-permeable stall flooring system that pays for itself in less than 1 year. 800-400-3165 or www.stallskins.com.
All right, and this is Dakota, right?
Yes.
All right, good. And this must be Lisa, right? All right. And you said Dakota was just recently starting to have some behaviors where he's starting to rear up, and
he was so fearful in the beginning, and it took him so long to overcome it. And recently, he seems to have digressed a little bit.
Okay.
And when he gets upset or when he feels that there's too much conflict, he does. He's been just going up and trying again, bolting a little bit. So.
Okay, all right. You know, one of the things that I've dealt with on a pretty consistent basis is the rearing horses, and actually just got done not too long ago shooting a horse that was a rearer. And it was, most normal horses when they rear up, they go up and go away from you. This one actually went up and would come on top of me. So rearing normally is a fear issue. Okay. And when you start to see it, you have to basically tell the horse that that's the wrong response. All right. And a rearer is a go forward issue. All right. He no longer wants to go forward. The energy is pushing forward from his hindquarters to his front end. But there's a block here because Dakota has such a big neck and big strong guy, right? And it's got to go somewhere. Okay. So the energy just pops out the bottom of his feet and he goes straight up in the air. Okay. All right. So to help that, we're going to teach Dakota to go forward. Okay. Now I really consider this to be probably one of the most, the worst type of behaviors. You know, rearing is kind of one of those things you have to lead your horse to go anywhere, and if he's rearing because he has some pressure, there's a chance that you could get injured at that point. So the go forward cue is going to be his main objective, and that's with any of the horses that you have. Okay. You know, that rear or really buck too. So.
And he does. He's been doing a couple different things, but yes, very dangerous behavior.
He's a cute little sucker, though, I'll tell you what.
He's a very sweet boy, and I think he means well. He just has gotten a little bit in his head that's not coming out the way it should be, for sure.
Well, we'll get him worked out.
Okay.
All right, let's move on to the next horse. And this would be Cody, right?
Yes.
I'm getting better. Cody, you said, was kind of...
He's headstrong, and he will test you over and over. Bidding up, for example, he will throw his head and try to knock it into you, and he isn't one that gives up easily. He will put up a big fight to get what he wants to do. So he is definitely stubborn and strong-willed.
Okay, it looks like he's having a time keeping him standing still.
Even the simplest commands he tests.
You know, when a horse is learning something, there's been lots of different research that has said that horses learn in sets of 5 to 7 correct repetitions. Okay. All right. And if you go and you try to train them outside of that, of those parameters, they are gonna push a little bit because it's too much repetition. It's too much in their mind at one time. Okay. So you have to really be careful about how you push them, how you train them, and all that kind of stuff. Okay. The little grab and hold of stuff. How old is he?
He's 4.
He's 4. That's a pretty normal behavior for a 4-year-old. Okay. All right. It's not something that I'm going to reprimand him for. Okay. If he did try to bite, that's a different story. But just grabbing hold of the lead rope and putting it in his cute little mouth there, that's okay. Okay. All right. We're just going to take our hand. So Lisa, you take your hand and just kind of stick it in his mouth here, and he's going to open his mouth, and the lead rope's just going to fall out. Okay. All right. At that point, we're just going to walk him forward, stand him still, and say, stay here, stay still.